Hello, Fantasy Faithfuls, and welcome to this stream. I'm answering questions, but as usual, I'm gonna let some people join in and let Twitter know that we're live. So happy to be back. Got a bunch of questions lined up for today, with first two from Andres. He has two, so I'm gonna be waiting for roughly 30 seconds to a minute before I start answering questions. But you can see it on the screen already that he asked about Chris Hogan and Keelan Cole and Peyton Barber or Mike Davis. So those are the first players I'm going to look at. Can do a sneak peek because he wants to know the PPR situation with the Hogan and Cole. Hogan is extremely risky right now. And even with the PPR points, like that's not going to change too much with that probability. So even with that, that should make it lean towards Keelan Cole, especially with the floor and the ceiling. Hogan does have a nice projection, but it's just so unsafe. And I expect Cole to catch 4 passes against Dallas. So for Andres' first question, my answer is, where did my little thing go? There we go. Oh, that's weird. I meant this little tool right here, the snipping tool. My answer is going to be Cole on that one. And for the second one was, I understood like it was standard scoring. I'm not sure. Also, welcome to the stream. Saw that somebody joined in. Just leave a comment in the chat and I'll get to it as the question as soon as I can. YouTube chat always have priority as far as it goes. Sometimes it get a little overwhelming. I'm not that used to reading a chat that goes quickly, but I'll do my best as usual. But that was, yeah, what I can see from Andres on Twitter. This should be standard in this one, and that should be pretty straightforward with Mike Davis on that one. I don't need to do that much analysis on it. The 1-game ceiling for Barber is terrible, even though, you know, he's not going to reach 9.1 according to my numbers. Like I've never liked him. I think he's terrible. I think Barber is terrible. And like Cole for the other question, I have him for 4 receptions, as I said, and Hogan for only 2. Perfect. Thank you, Andres, for your questions as usual. Let's see if you BDWY. Are you in the chat as well, or are you just on Twitter? Sometimes I know you joined the chat here on the stream. But I got you, my man, as usual. John Brown or Alfred Morris. Before we see Morris, I'm gonna call it that is John Brown. Yes, easy pick. I love John Brown. He's just one of my favorite players right now. He was so easy to pick up on waivers, and his numbers are just way too good for the little attention he gets. Just way too good. The projection, 13.4, probably is a little low, but we know wide receivers tend to lay around somewhere between 55 and 75% in risk, and that doesn't bother me too much. If this would have been a running back, that would have been more of an issue. Like you see Alfred Morris, 77% risk. That's more of a big deal. Running backs tend to be a little safer projections, while wide receivers have more fluctuation. So John Brown, love him. That was BDWY, one of our regulars. Thank you for that question. And thank you for... Oh, welcome to the stream, chat. You just want to see Adrian Peterson? Not against anyone. But I got him here for you. Straight up. Let's see what we got. 10.8 points. As you see, like, this is more what we're looking for in running backs. If we look at like stud running backs. Oh, my bad. Ezekiel Elliott. Beast Legends, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm doing my best to to grow and to get a bigger fan base. I just got banned on Twitter, not Twitter, Reddit this week, so I've been kind of laying a little low in my growing over the week, but it's fine. I'm about to reach 500, so I'm extremely excited about that, to see the Fantasy Faithfuls growing and having more people on the stream. But you can see, this is what I was talking about before. You want your running back to be around these numbers. This is realistic compared to the Alfred Morris. Like, this is just too unsafe for a starting running back, in my opinion. We can do even one of my favorites, Austin Eckler. He has a massive projection, but he has a little bit high risk than Peterson. But he's a guy I'd love to play. I'm starting him in 2 leagues, I believe, this week. But for Peterson, you can see, like, he's a solid start. I'm starting him in 1 or 2 leagues as well. I haven't really fully set my lineups yet. I try to help everybody else before I set one. Set mine myself. And Beast Legends, I really, like, you telling me that my info is good. Like, that's, I don't know how to describe it. It makes me feel really good. So thank you. I appreciate it so much. Like, to know that people appreciate, like, enjoy the content and find it useful is just, that's everything, and it makes it worth doing it. It's fun doing it anyway. Just put out numbers all over the place, but having people really, like, tell you that they enjoy it is fantastic. So I appreciate that a lot. Chad, oh, you're gonna become the 500? Oh, my dude, Chad. I wish I had something like, I don't know. I don't have any, like, premium content or anything like that. I'm working on that for next year, but I wish I had something for you to, like, I don't know. I'm gonna save you. Let's save you to my desktop real quick, and then I'll do a shout out on Twitter to thank you. You became the 500th subscriber. That's amazing. Thank you so much. And for other people joining the stream, you can just post people, like players like Chad did with Adrian Peterson, and I'll put them up on the screen. Or you can do like a head-to-head or your entire team. It doesn't matter. I'll put up anything like when it comes to players here and give you a full analysis of the numbers. And if you need, I can go over the numbers real quick before I talk more about questions that I've received on Twitter. The projection is not what I expect of him to get this week, but what the numbers tell me he should score. But then you have the probability and risk, which tells you the probability of him scoring more than the projection, and the risk, the probability of him not reaching the projection. So those kind of, if one says 50, the other one's going to say 50. If one says 55, the other one's going to say 45. The one game floor is what I expect on a bad week when he's playing terribly. I don't expect less than that. It's only a 16% chance that he's going to score below the one game floor. And the one game ceiling is on a good week, and there's only a 16% chance that he's going to score above that. So projection can be above the ceiling, highly unlikely, but it can happen. So next question is from Sherman, Mohamed Sanu, Tyler Lockett, Amari Cooper, who I never like, Doug Baldwin, pick 2 and 0.5 PPR. Okay, we're gonna do the numbers of. Let's start with the projection. Baldwin is still, he hasn't played enough this year for his risk and probability to change. You can see that he plays a okay pass defense. With analyzing this, I don't remember if the Seahawks are at home. Never mind. But 2, I do love Lockett this week. He was on my, I believe he was one of my 4 must starts. Oh, I didn't see the Bucky Allen one. Oh, my bad, legend. I get you. I got so overwhelmed when you were hyping me up that I forgot that one. I get you next. But I would start Lockett and Sanu if this was standard, because he wins in this regard. This is a little close, and we know how with the Falcons offense that they do pass like crazy. in PPR. I expect all of them, the first 3 to get 4 receptions and 2 for Baldwin. So I would go Sanu and Lockett followed by Cooper. I never start Amari Cooper anymore. I think this floor is just terrible. Terrible. So thank you for that question, Sherman. Let's go back to Beach Legends. It was Javorius. Yes, Allen. Did I get it? Yes. LaShawn McCoy. Alfred Morris. This should be a little bit more even. So this would be Alfred Morris. Just thought you only needed 1, and then we got PPR. Oh, that kind of changes everything. Do I expect Buck Allen to get 4 receptions? Apparently. I would start Buck Allen then in PPR. Yeah, I will go Allen in PPR. Legend. I'm just gonna call you Legend because I think that sounds pretty cool. And then we got another one from Chad, and it was Adrian Peterson versus Naheem Hines. I did a whole video on Hines, if you saw that too, that you might want to check out, where I have even more stats of him. But it's going to be Peterson. Oh, you had Alex Collins too. Have a video on him as well against Joe Mixon if you want more info on him. So both Hines, I have a 2-minute video about, and Alex Collins, I have a 6-minute video, so you have time to check those out before the game starts if you want to know more about them and how they play. For instance, Alex Collins, where he runs most of his carries and stuff like that. Same with Hines. Peterson I haven't done this year, but he's going to be my pick out of these ones, even though his one-game floor is quite low. But his ceiling is massive. He has a high probability of scoring above 10.8 points. So it's I would start Peterson, and that's what I'm doing too in the leagues where I own Hines and Peterson. That was, what was that? That was Chad. Thank you for that question. And then I got you, Legend, and then we got Juju. I hope that I pronounced that right. And it was Calvin Ridley or Allen Robinson. I believe this should be Ridley. Yeah, because this disparity and this disparity is the projection, high probability of scoring above that. He can score up to 25.3 points this week, which is freaking crazy. I mean, that's probably not going to happen, but I would still roll the dice with Ridley, especially with that Falcons versus Tampa. My first NFL game, by the way. And my mother-in-law is currently getting ready to watch that game. Like on site. Okay, thank you for that, Juju. And that was Ridley. We got no problem, Legend and chat. We got Legend again for sure. AP Chris Thompson is out. Oh, he's out. I missed that notion. Oh, that info. Thanks, man. I really did miss that. Sometimes I get so wrapped up in the numbers that I forget to check injury reserve or just IR in general. Thomas, my man, how's it going? Thank you for calling me sir. I appreciate that. I'm gonna start calling you Sir Thomas Kaler. Nelson, that can't be Aguilar though. Jordy, Nelson, Kenny, Stills, Royce, Freeman, and PPR. So this is standard. Let's go out and check the PPR. It's by 4-3-1. 4 receptions for Jordy. For Nelson, he has okay probability. Freeman has higher floor. Jordy, the receivers have a little high ceiling. That makes sense when it comes to Freeman. This one is tricky, but when it was PPR, yeah, I will go Jordy Nelson in PPR. Probably in standard, because I'm a chicken, I probably would have gone Freeman in standard. But that's just me. This also lets me know that I should probably remove Kenny Stills from my lineup that I have him in. I hadn't checked him this week at all. But I believe I might have done so already for Eckler. As we do know, I love him. One more question. Thank you, Legend, for calling me sir as well. You can ask how many questions as you want. If you for everybody here in the stream, if you ask questions in the chat here on YouTube, you do have priority over the people on Twitter. So just ask away, and if there's no questions in the chat, I will just go over to Twitter, pick a question, and keep on keeping on. So we got one from Legend. One more question. Should I start Jordan Howard? Probably not. Morris or LaShawn. And this was PPR. Look at those scary ass probabilities. Like 99% risk of not reaching 10.7. Then when it's that much, we gotta look over here. PPR. Maybe start Jordan Howard actually in PPR. In PPR, yeah, Jordan Howard. Otherwise, Alfred Morris. That one is tough though. I'm not starting McCoy out of those three. And then Philip Lindsay. That's not how you spell that. Lindsay. Is it two L's in Philip? Yes, not my native language, my bad. And Alfred Morris. And this was also PPR. Well, we can rule out LaShawn McCoy. Let's see, 57, 11. I would do Lindsay over Morris. So for me, it would be Howard, Lindsay, Morris. No, it would be Lindsay, Howard, Morris in that order. Yeah. Awesome. Sir Thomas Kaler again. Tyler Lockett. I'm going to guess it's Keelan Cole. Kenny Stills. And Tariq Cohen. Let's see. That was it full point PPR? Yes, it was. Also, is the sound and the stream looking good? I haven't really asked that today. It's a lot of questions come in, so I'm just throwing it out there before I start this analysis. And this was Thomas. Did you want one of these players? Or, oh, thanks, man. Stream is good. Perfect, thanks. Did you, how many did you want of these? You're staring to the screen looking silly. One, perfect. And it was PPR. Let's see the probabilities of reaching their predictions. Lockett is looking real good. Highest prediction with the highest probability, highest floor, and second highest ceiling. PPR, he's doing same as the other ones. So I'm starting Lockett out of these four. Quite easily, actually. I do really like him this week. And against these four, it's no contest for him. And then we have LaShawn from Poker Lemon. How's it going? Nice to see you again. LaShawn McCoy or Marshawn Lynch. Yes. There we go. She just named him Beast Mode. Easier to spell. And everybody is welcome for everything. Poker Lemon Lynch. And this was PPR. That should be Lynch anyway. Also quite easily. Like this is his floor is almost at LaShawn's ceiling at this point in the season, which is freaking crazy. Just all the way crazy. So that was Poker Lemon. You're welcome. I saw we have one more. Is that his name? I thought it Chester Rogers. No. Because that's who you're talking about, right? Chester Rogers? Yeah. And then... and Tyler... It's going to be Lockett again here. I love Lockett. I've loved him since week 1. And I think he's just showing more and more that he's viable in fantasy and doing real well too. I think Baldwin needs 1 or 2 more weeks to become viable. And Chester Rogers, it's still to the point where you just don't know. He might blow up like and go crazy today, but no. James, I don't know how he looks with his health, but I know what I have for him, and it's not looking good. This is what I was talking about before too. The 1-game ceiling, there is a 16% chance that he can outscore it. So you see, there's a 6% probability that he will score more than 10.6, and there's a 16% chance that he will score more than 8.6. So there's still, that's why the projection is a little off above the ceiling, but it also means that the team he's playing fits him well. Like I said, I've been kind of staring blind on numbers. Who are the Texans playing? Let's see what we got. There we go. Schedule. Week 6. Houston. Buffalo. Okay. At home. So he usually plays a little bit better in fantasy when he plays at home versus a team that has given up an alright amount of points to running backs. So that's why his projection is higher than what you probably would have expected from him. The Bills, yeah. Yeah, I would not start Lamar Miller. I'm super scared of him, and I was hype about him earlier this year. But I must admit that I was kind of wrong. Well, not kind of wrong. I was wrong. Dead wrong. I'm not afraid to say it. I really don't want to be one of those fantasy people who tell you to start somebody and then never own up to the mistake, or I only take credit. I give you 50 different options and say, these are must-start players, and then 45 of them don't work out and 5 work out, and I hype up those 5 next week and be like, oh, see, I was right. Yeah, but you also told me freaking, I don't know, somebody was a must-start and that person scored 0.1 points. That if CSD Fantasy becomes that, I'm going to shut everything down. Just transparency. That's key for me. And I hope you enjoy that and find that to be like a trustworthy situation. We got a Twitter question from Paco. He wants 2 out of John Brown, Keke Kuti. Is that how you pronounce it? Kuti? Chris Godwin and Allen Robinson. He wants 2 out of these. It seems to be standard scoring. Yeah, standard scoring. Hi Hunter, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. You can just ask away anything you wanna ask me in the chat, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. He wants 2 of these. I love John Brown. Does Keke still have that amount of risk? I might need to look over the algorithm with a player that has played that little. Same with Baldwin. I would still start him though. Like, it's crazy. Would I though? No, I probably, yeah, I would, because these other, I really don't like these other 2. So I'll John Brown and kick QT. I have no idea. I will go JB and Keke for upside and safety. I feel like Brown is safe at the moment, and Keke is kind of upside right now. We got Latavius Murray, and Alex Collins. Well, that's going to be Alex Collins. There's a 0% chance that he's going to score more than 12.2 points. And that makes sense. Like I said, sometimes the projection is based, the algorithm is based off who you're playing, where you're playing, what type of team you're playing. So the projection expects this player to be much better than what he actually has been. And the 1-game ceiling tells you there's a 16% chance that he scores more than 4.8 points. which this is, which makes that a 0% chance probability of him scoring more than 12.2. So Alex Collins it is. We have a lot of those situations today, I feel. But it's also good. It gives me an opportunity to explain what the crap all my numbers mean. I know it can be a lot sometimes. Let's do Cameron, Brait, and Greg Olson from Twitter. No problem, Hunter. Thank you for the question. Happy to have you here. We got, I like Brait. See, this is even more like, this is just crazy. But this was just thrown out. I almost said Brait for me. That was just a fantasy consultant on Twitter. I thought they were Instagram people. Alex Collins, Marlon Mack. So what do we got? Same again. You don't know Naheem Hines? Because I would not start Mack. Is he even healthy? Have they said he's gonna play? I probably would have started the Bears defense anyway. Do you have any defense options? Okay, he's starting. I still think Hines is gonna get his role. I would start Collins over Mack. Either way. I was thinking we could also we could look over my teams and set my lineup live on stream and see how that goes. But see, do you Legend? Do you have any defensive options? Because I really like the Bears even with Tannehill starting. Their defense is pretty darn on good. Especially, like, they score plenty of points. I'm going to set up real quick. We see Matt Ryan. No, what am I doing? There we go. Matt Ryan, Ezekiel Elliott. Give me 1 second, guys. Well, he's locked. Philadelphia. There we go. So that's my team. Yeah, I would start the Bears. This is my starting lineup, and what I'm gonna do right now is put Mike Evans. We got T.Y. Hilton is out. We got Russell Wilson. These are the two. No, actually, Tyler Lockett. There we go. I managed to get him with quite a lot on my fab. So we start with the quarterback, Matt Ryan or Russell Wilson. Easy choice, Matt Ryan. So we can scratch Wilson. We can scratch Ryan. Running backs, I don't really have any running back depth at the moment on this team. I got too many injuries. And Corey Clement has already played. So we can just remove them. They're starting, of course. Oh, like that's a no-brainer. So let's look at and Jeffrey's already played. We got Evans and Lockett. Is Jarvis Landry okay to start instead of them? No. He should be removed. For whom? For 14.4. 20% probability. High ceiling. So I'm going to move Jarvis Landry onto the bench for Mike Evans. And then we're going to see who we can swap out for Tyler Lockett, because it looks like that's gonna be dead at Westbrook. Yes, it is. So let me move in Lockett instead of Westbrook. And that makes me happy with my lineup. Perfect. Let's go back to the chat and see what we got. Nothing but welcome everybody to the chat. I can see there's 9 people in the chat right now. My record is having 17 people on at the same time. So happy to have y'all on board. If you have any questions, just post them. Otherwise, I'm going to keep looking over my teams so you can see my thought process in setting my lineups. I do have so many injuries right now that it's disgusting. I'm kind of hamstrung. I should let you know, Legend, that I'm starting the Bears in one league. Okay. I thought I had them at least 2, but I must have lost out somewhere. Now, let's see. We got John. Oh, John, how is it going? Have you been on today? Just been lurking. Glad to have you on board. Cooper, Cup, Tyler Boyd, Sammy. Watkins? Is that not how you spell it? Oh, holy crap. There we go. That was stupid. You work Saturday? It's Sundays. I forgot. Because you did that last week too, right? But you wanted Cup, Boyd, Sammy Watkins. If you had to pick 3, I thought, or just one of the 3. Because that's just 3. Or did I miss anybody? But out of these 3, I would do Cooper Cup, even though he has been injured. But they said he was gonna start, and he's awesome. I can't believe I traded. I did trade him for Mike Evans, so I'm kind of okay with it. But it's still, I'm kind of pissed. Okay, pick 2. Then bench Sammy. I really like the other 2. Especially Cup, how he plays, and I like the Bengals offense as a whole. And Maui Bro Kai Oi, hope I pronounced that correctly. Thank you. I'm glad you like it, and thank you for letting me know too. That means a lot. I appreciate it. And we got Legend with another question. We got Bilal, Powell, Javorius Allen. And mispronouncing stuff is kind of my thing, like John Green. And this was PPR. I know Buck Allen, I had him projected for quite a lot of receptions with 4. So in PPR, I would go with Buck Allen. And when it's like this is also a good topic to discuss. If we were to put Buck Allen at 11 points per projection, the probability would probably run down for him. So when it looks like it's 7 and 13, 87, 93, but he has a higher projection, that doesn't really matter. I don't look at it, oh, he's more risky. No, when he has a higher projection, he's gonna more likely than not have more risk. Unless you're talking about like Ezekiel Elliott, Aaron Rodgers, someone like that. So I will go Buck Allen in that regard. And then, oh, no problem, John. I'm glad you can be on from work. Do swing shift. I have actually no idea what a swing shift is. If you have time, please just drop a line what that means. I would love to know. And then Maui had a question. It was Gronk or Amari Cooper in flex. Rob Gronkowski. Yes, Amari Cooper. There we go. And this was PPR. So let's see what type of... I have them for 5 and 4 receptions with a total of 16 points. But a really low probability. But like we just discussed, we can actually show that real quick. No, I can't do that real quick. But let's do it anyway. I'm going to change Amari Cooper's projection to 8.3. So we can more easily compare these two since it's PPR, just for fun. Let's do it. I'm working off screen on a really big spreadsheet if you wanna know what I'm looking at. Trying to find Amari Cooper. There we go. No, he disappeared. Okay, let's take another question and we'll get back to that one, Maui, okay? And then you had James White, Sony Michel. That was Josh. Welcome to the stream, Josh. Sony Michel. Whoa. Holy crap. Okay, I would start James White. Holy crap. He should have been on my high risk, high reward. Holy. Yeah, this is no-brainer. James White. Who are they playing? Because I'm... Whoa. Then let's just switch him to 8.3 real quick. The Chiefs. Okay, that explains it. It's going to be high scoring. Okay, but I would start James White. Whoa. That kind of took me off guard. He really should have been on my must start. And then now we see... Oh, his probability changed. I forgot. I got You can't do it like that. $8.3. Let's see what we got. 27 point. Okay, so they have the exact same. Perfect, and then PPR. They have 5 PPR, total for 13. Then I would start Gronk because of the floor out of those two, and that was Maui. I would start Gronk in that flex position in PPR. Did I remove all of... Yeah, perfect. And then we got by John. By the way, I had someone drop Royce Freeman. Will you drop Greg Olsen? I probably would for Royce Freeman, yeah. If you have another tight end. Brandon, welcome to the stream. I need a wide receiver and a flex. Doug Baldwin. I can tell you right now that you should start Tyler Lockett. Anderson is going to have a lot of risk, but so is Baldwin right now. Dion Lewis is messed up, but he might have a lot of PPR points. 17 in total, 4 from PPR for Lockett, so he's a no-brainer. He's the first one you should start. And then Robbie has 11, but well, 2 receptions. I will go Lockett and Robbie Anderson out of these 4. Would I? That's just 1 point. Yeah. Lockett and Robbie Anderson. Sometimes you gotta get the guy with the bigger upside. Thank you for that question, Brandon. And then John, I worked 7 days straight and then I'm off to work. Oh, okay, I get it. So that's what was it called? Shift something? Swing shift, okay. Oh, that's pretty cool. Maui, thank you so much. I appreciate the positive feedback. And welcome to the Fantasy Faithfuls. I'm so happy that you subscribed. Yeah, I do. Right now, I try to do 3 videos a week. One on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. 2 snapshots. So you can hit me up on Twitter at CSD Fantasy if you want to suggest any, or comment one of the videos of the snapshot videos and suggest players that you want to see more in-depth analysis of. And then on Saturdays, I do the head-to-head videos where I take 2 similar players or 2 players that I'm having trouble deciding on who to start. And then I do an in-depth analysis of both of them, add some highlights, and try to figure out which one is the correct pick for that week. But from next week on, I will also start adding like, okay, this is the correct pick for week 7, but also who's the safer guy, or not the safer guy, but who's the best player to have on your roster moving forward. So hope everybody knows the schedule and enjoy the content and find it useful. And no problem, Brandon. Ethan, welcome to the stream. Thank you for your question. Kyle Rudolph. There we go. And Jay Sims Howard. So this is roughly the same when it comes. He has higher probably with high projection, higher floor, lower ceiling. Was that PPR? No. If it is PPR, does that change? No. Kyle Rudolph for me. I like Rudolph. And thank you for your question, Ethan. Dwayne, welcome to the stream. Thank you for your question. Latavius Murray sucks. No, my bad. No, well, I'm not starting him. Like, not even a little bit. Do you have any other options that you can start instead? Because I'm scared that's shitless of him. Also, love your name, Dwayne. I think it's an awesome name. One of my favorites, to be honest. I would love to have the same first name as The Rock. And then John, that was... Oh, okay, you work like for Snapple and stuff. I should befriend you even more, like in real life. Get me some of that Snapple. It's freaking awesome. Yeah, I just made it was actually who let me see real quick. It was Chad Ulrich. I'm not sure if he's still in the stream, but Chad was the 500th subscriber. It was so awesome. I've been growing so much lately, and I'm so thankful for it. I'm so happy to have so many on board supporting the channel. And I feel like I don't know, I feel happy that I'm providing a service that people are enjoying. It makes it work so much better than just doing the numbers. For myself to win leagues is more fun to share it and to get to know people in a chat like this. And we got Derek Carr from West. I'm just gonna call it Westa. I don't know, my bad. Welcome to the stream nonetheless. Derek Carr, did I pronounce that correctly? Yes, not pronounce, spell. And Mitch Trubisky? Mitchell, probably. Are you kidding me? Dude, Maui, that's the freaking coolest thing ever. Okay, don't tell anybody, but I know I'm gonna... Well, this is the internet, so who freaking cares? The Rock is the greatest person who ever lived. After my fiance. He's so cool. And I have a huge man crush. Anyway, Derek Carr or Mitch Trubisky. This is a difficult choice. Who was that? That was West. West, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a safer pick or for a higher upside player this week? Like, are you playing, for instance, does your opponent have a bunch of Tampa and Falcons players? Or do they have a bunch of Buffalo and Cleveland players? Because that kind of changes my answer on this one when it's so different type of starts. Oh, the Conor McGregor fight. This is gonna sound weird. I think The Rock is awesome, but fighting in general is really not something I look at all. I follow almost every sport imaginable, but anything that has to do with just two men going into a cage and beating the crap out of each other, um, I've never really understood that. I understand the Rocky movies, like a movie and stuff, but and my cousin is into MMA. He's amateur fighter here in my home country. So I haven't seen that fight at all. I was probably watching reruns of the Braves or something. But West, are you still in the chat? Because if you're playing a bunch of Falcons players, I would roll with Trubisky. But if you just want safer points with the one game floor being so much higher and the projection being a little higher, but still counting for that risk, I would start Carr. So it's a difficult situation. These are so different quarterbacks that it really depends on your team and your team needs on who you're starting and what you're starting. We can do a real quick one for me actually, because I need to know more of this. John Brown and Tyler Lockett and Calvin Ridley. So I need to start two, I think. Yes, let me add Mike Williams to this group as well. So who has the highest projection? Ridley. Second highest probability. So he's a must start. Let's put him down. Is he on my lineup? Yes, he is. Williams has the lowest projection with the lowest probability, so he's out completely. And then Lockett looks like the right choice of these ones. Yes. So let me remove Brandon Cooks and add Tyler Lockett into that group. And that will finish out that lineup. Otherwise, the games are about to start in a few minutes. TKV Blogs. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for a question, Greg Olson. I know it's gonna be Eric Ebron because I put him on my must start list, and I really don't like that. But he's a must start. I'm usually an Ebron hater, but the numbers he's putting up right now I can't ignore. It's just it's too good. It's too good. So and then I need to change for another game. I really don't have any players to put in. This is where the issues with injury start. Let's see. Whoops. Who I should play out of. Actually, they're on bye weeks, so that kind of makes it easy. I'm just gonna swap out TY for Peterson. I have no options left with that bye week. There's no stupid questions or dumb questions, Maui. That's you never know. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be Andrew Luck, but what's his name? Mayfield, damn Baker. So many players in the head, but it's gonna be Andrew Luck. Well, yeah. Can you hear that noise? Is that messing the stream up? Please let me know. But I'm gonna cut the stream off after TK's last question here. Allen Robinson, Taylor Gabriel, and see what we got because the game starts in 10 minutes. So everybody have time to set their lineups. If you have any question, write it like real quick now and I can get to it. But out of these two, that's terrible. Well, that's interesting. I'll still go Robinson. That's a little safer pick. Just with the 4.1 floor. The minus 1.8 is a little terrifying. That he's gonna drop the. That means he can drop the ball more than, and that he's, when it's so far apart, so much fluctuation in his scoring. This is more stable. So I would go A-Rob. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for getting me to 200 subscribers. I hope I answered all your questions. Otherwise, I'm so sorry about that. Good luck in your fantasy games today. And I hope to see you next week. Don't forget to check out the waiver wire on Tuesday. Score projection on Thursday. Fantasy snapshots on Wednesday and Fridays. And the head-to-head video on next Saturday. I do not have a Facebook page, actually. I do have one, but I let it just disappear. Is that something you want me to set up so you can follow all the content more easily? You can also check out the website, of course, for that, where I post everything for csdfantasy.com. But do you think a Facebook page would be a good idea for everybody? Please let me know if that's a benefit. Otherwise, just go to the website, has all the articles, all the videos, everything, and it comes up instantly. You can also subscribe on the website so you get everything sent to your email, like a little notification when an article comes up or when I post a video. I think you can do that on YouTube too. There's like a little notification bell, I think. Anyway, good luck today. Root for the Cowboys and the Falcons. We're doomed this year anyway, but oh, Joel, last questions. Welcome to the stream. There's Sean. That's not him. That is Sean Watson. Or Jameis Winston. This is because he hasn't played. Watson, you start Watson. We don't know what Winston's going to do. He might score 35, but he might score 5. No, he probably won't score 5. But Watson is reliable, and he's amazingly good just by himself. So I would start Watson. How much it pained me that he was amazing last week. I would not start Latavius Murray. Even with Cook out. Like, there's no chance I'm starting Murray. Welcome to the stream too, Itsy Boy. Itsy Boy 97. Welcome. I would not start him. I've had him up here a few times, and it's just his numbers are just terrible. Have a great day, you too, Maui, and I will spread the word that your brother went to high school with The Rock, because that's the best thing I've ever heard. Good luck today. I'll see you next week. And as always, the spreadsheets are dark and full of terror.